HTML options for slices. HTML options for slices. Display the slice option dialog box. Do one of the following. Double click a slice with the slice select tool, and if the tool isn't visible, hold down the crop or slice tool, and with the slice select tool active, and click the slice option button. And in the option bar, this method is not in the save for web and devices dialog box. And how to specify a slice content type. Specify a slice content type. You can specify how the slice data appears in a web browser when exported with an HTML file, and the available options vary according to the slice type you select. And image slices contain image data, and this is the default content type. And no images, by the way, no image slices let you create empty table cells that can be populated with text or a solid color, and you can enter HTML text in a number image slice and in a no image slice. If you set the text is HTML option in the save for web and devices dialog box, the text is interpreted, by the way, as HTML when viewed in a browser, and the slices of type no image aren't exported as images and can be previewed in a browser. And be careful here please now. Setting options for an auto slice promotes the slice to a user slice. And step number 1, select a slice. If you are working in Photoshop, then double click the slice with the slice select tool to display the slice option dialog box. Step number 2, in the slice options dialog box, select a slice type from the type pop-up menu. And how to rename a slice. If you'd like to rename a slice, how? As you add slices to an image, you may find it helpful to rename slices based on their content. By default, user slices are named according to the setting in the output setting dialog box. And select a slice and double click the slice with the slice select tool to display the slice options dialog box. In the slice options dialog box, type a new name in the name text box. Note and be careful again. The name text box is not available, by the way, for no image slice content. How to choose a background color for a slice. If you'd like to choose a background color in the slice, how to choose background color for the slice. You can select a background color to fill the transparent area for image slices or entire area for no image slices of the slice. And Photoshop doesn't display the selected background color, by the way, and you must preview the image in a browser to view the effect of selecting a background color. And step number 1, select a slice. If you are working in the Photoshop save for web and devices dialog box, then double click the slice with the slice select tool to display the slice options dialog box. Step number 2, in the slice options dialog box, select a background color from the background color pop-up menu, then select none matte and white, black or either using the Adobe Color Picker. Assign URL link information to an image slice. How to assign URL link information to an image slice. Assigning URL to a slice makes the entire slice area a link in the resulting web page, and when a user clicks the link, the web browser, by the way, navigates to the specified URL and target frame, and this option is available only for image slices, by the way. And we have steps here. Step number 1, select a slice. If you are working in Photoshop, double click the slice with the slice select tool to display the slice option dialog box like the previous step. And step number 2, in the slice options dialog box, enter URL in the URL text box, and you can enter a relative URL or absolute full URL. If you are enter an absolute URL, be sure to include the proper protocol. For example, http adobe.com, not Adobe, not www.adobe.com. Okay, great. For more information on using relative and full URL, see on HTML reference. Step number 3. If desired, enter the name of a target frame in the target text box. And what about the blank? Blank is meaning displays the link file in a new window, leaving the original browser window open. And what about self? Self displays the linked file in the same frame as the original file. And what about parent? Parent displays the linked file in its own original parent frame set. And use this option, by the way, if the HTML document contains frames and the current frame is a child and the linked file appears in the current parent frame. So what about underscore top? Top replaces the entire browser window with the linked file, by the way, and removing all current frames, and the name must match a frame name previously defined in the HTML file for the document. And when a user clicks the link, the specified file appears in the new frame. Note and be careful again. For more information on frames, see an HTML reference. And how to specify browser messages and alt text. You can specify what messages appear in the browser, and this option are available only for image slices and appear only in exported HTML files. And select a slice. If you are working in Photoshop, double click a slice with the slice select tool to display the slice option dialog box like the previous step. And step number 2, in the slice option dialog box, type the desired text like the previous and message text. It changes the default message in the browser status area for a selected slice or slices. By default, the slices URL, if any, is displayed. And alt tag specifies an alt tag for a selected slice or slices, and the alt text appears in place of the slice image in non-graphical browser, and it also appears in place of the image while the image is downloading and as a tool tip in some browsers. So what about add HTML text to a slice? How to add HTML text to a slice? When you choose a slice of type no image, you can enter text to be displayed in the slice area, by the way, of the resulting web page. This can be plain text or text formatted with standard HTML tags, and you can also select vertical and horizontal alignment options. For more information on specific HTML tags, see an HTML reference. And Photoshop doesn't display, by the way, Photoshop doesn't display HTML text in the document window, and you must use a web browser to preview the text, and be sure that to preview HTML text in different browsers and with different browser setting and on different operating systems to confirm that your text is displayed correctly on the web. And do not be careful. The amount of text in a no image slice can affect the layout of an exported page, by the way. Step number 1. We have steps here. Step number 1. Select a slice, double click the slice with the slice select tool to display the slice option dialog box. And you can double click the slice in the save for web and devices dialog box to set additional formatting options like the previous step actually. And in the slice number 2, in the slice option dialog box, select no image from the slice type menu like the previous again. And step number 3, type the desired text in the text box like the previous, and save for web and devices dialog box only. If the text includes HTML formatting text, select the text is HTML option. If you don't select this option, HTML tags are ignored and all text appears as unformatted plain text on the resulting web page. Step number 5. Save for web and devices dialog box only. If desired, then select options in the cell alignment section of the dialog box like the next. Default is meaning uses the browser's default for horizontal alignment, and left is meaning aligns the text to the left side of the slice area, and center is meaning aligns the text to the center of the slice area. Right is meaning aligns the text to the right side of the slice area, and default uses the browser's default for vertical alignment, and top is meaning aligns the text to the top of the slice area, and baseline sets a common baseline for the first line of text in cells in the same row of the resulting HTML table. Each cell in the row must use the baseline option, by the way. So in the middle centers the text vertically in the slice area, and bottom is meaning aligns the text to the bottom of the slice area.